Hey y'all, it's TT Lavish, and today we're going to get into a story time. All my friends is like, you have a YouTube and you not doing a story time. I don't understand. So here I am with y'all story time. I used to do story times on Snapchat. This was back when like Snapchat had a limited, you could only like record for like 15 seconds and then you had to stop and start a new one, and I would get distracted and not finish my stories and everybody be hitting me up on there like, what happened after that? Like, where's the rest of the story? I was like, y'all was really watching. Like, I thought y'all was just clicking through my ish, but people was actually watching them stories. So that's how Storytime got started on Snapchat, and then I kind of fell off from Snapchat for a while. So Storytimes just kind of ended. But here we are, and Storytimes are back again. So most of these stories are gonna be from like a minute ago because my life now it's more chill. Okay, I be about my business. I go to school, I go to work, I pop out, you know, take trips every few months, but that's about it. Like I don't be into the static no more. So I found peace. Okay. So most of these stories was back when I was into all the chaos. So it may be hard for me to remember some parts of the story, or I might take a second to recall everything. I'm trying to think. So for our first story time, I think we should do something chill, not too crazy. We're gonna keep it calm, keep it PG, you feel me? So get comfy, okay? I'm all comfy. I'm comfy in my couch. Get comfy, get settled. We're gonna get into this story. So this took place, I was in high school. So me and my best friend, we was in high school and we worked at a food establishment. Now this job was like, this is one of the funnest jobs. Like this job was lit. Like we used to have fun. Like, I'm not saying we took money out the register and threw it in the air like we was in a strip club, but so me and my friend, we're gonna call her Linda. Let me just explain something to y'all. So where we worked was like in the center of town. Like it was in the center of town. Friends would stop by, like people knew that we worked there every day. So like people was, if you was looking for us, you knew where to find us. Like we was gonna be there. Like this job, they will usually put us just to work together, because usually if we needed days off, we needed the same days off, or like if we wanted to hang, it would suck if one person is working and the other person is off. So they would just usually put us to work together. Now I'm not saying this place was understaffed, but a lot of the times it would just be me and her, and we were very competent to complete the job. Like we did not need anybody else there with us, but it would be a lot of times it would be just me and her. So a Friday rolls around, it's me and Linda working, you know, we get off of school, we go to work, it's a normal day, and then it starts getting close to like closing time. So Linda is behind the counter, and I don't know what she was doing, but she like had some music going on her phone on the counter, and she was doing something over there, and I was in front of the counter. I was mopping the floor. So somebody walks in and we're just like, oh, like we about to close, like what is she coming in here for? And he's like, give me all your money. But he said it in like a chill voice. So like we didn't like bust out laughing, but like we just like, my dude, what? It's like, so he's like, give me all your money. And we're like, so I'm looking at her thinking it's one of her friends, because I'm like eyeing him, I don't know him. Like, so I'm thinking it's one of her friends, and she's looking at me thinking it's my friends, but I'm already, so we looking at each other like, who is this? And then she makes this face, like her face just drops, because she realizes I don't know who that person is and she don't know who that person is. So we like, oh, is this real? Like, is this real? So her face just drops, and like as her best friend, I know her faces. She's looking at me with the biggest eyes, And I'm like, oh hell no. I'm like, I know this boy is not. And it was like he was our age too. Like he was around our age. Like it wasn't like a grown big old man. Like it was a teenager. Like, so I'm like, I'm like, oh, we finna die. And he's over here like, I'm not joking, give me all your money, give me all your money. He's like yelling, and we just like, this is not happening. So I like drop all my like the mop and the bucket on. I drop that, run, and I run to the back of the store. And my friend also runs like from behind the counter to like the back area of the store. And so now we're like, what do we do? So we run out the back of the store. So we're like, all right, what do we do now? Like, we just ran out the store. We didn't bring nothing with us. Like, sis, Linda left her phone playing music on the counter. Like, I didn't grab my purse. I didn't grab my phone. Like, we outside, no phones. So we're like, all right, we gotta run around. Where we worked was in like a shopping, like in a strip shopping center. It's in a strip mall type of thing. So we're like, we gotta run around to the other side and go into one of the stores. We started running like behind the strip mall, and she's like, girl. I'm like, what? She's like, I can't breathe. I'm like, what do you mean you can't breathe? Linda is having an asthma attack. We were trying to run from this person that was trying to rob us, and sis is having an asthma attack. I'm like, this is not the time. This is not the time. We was running like this man was chasing us. Like, I don't know. So I look back, I surveyed the area. There's nobody there. Our door is still shut. So I keep running, and I keep looking back to make sure there's nobody like back behind her, just in case. Because she started running a little bit slower. So I'm running, I keep running, and then eventually she does, like, she catches her breath again, she catches up, and we run around to the front of one of the stores. So we go into the store, and we're like out of breath. We're like, oh my god. We're like, call the police, and everybody's just looking at us like, what? I'm like, call the police. Somebody call the police. Somebody get on your phone and call the police. And everybody is just looking at us like, you want us to do what? Nah, we getting robbed, call the police. So then one of the workers is just like looking at us, and finally they're like, okay. So they like pick up the phone really slow and are like dialing the number while looking at us like we're crazy. Now that we're trying to call the police, I just finally realized that I left like my phone with the person that's trying to rob us. So I'm like, we have to go back. So I'm like, somebody got like something I could use, like a weapon, something. So I grabbed like this big pair of scissors, like one of them big, like, I don't even know, it was a big behind pair of scissors. Like, you could cut some bushes with those. These big scissors. I grabbed these big scissors. Everybody's just looking at us like we're crazy. Like, they know who we are. I don't know why they was looking at us like we was crazy. Like, so I grabbed the scissors. We double checked that the person that started dialing the police was actually gonna call them. And they're like, yeah, like I'm talking to them now. So I'm like, all right, cool. And we run back now in front of the shopping strip mall. And we run back to our store. Nah, not yet. We're running down the strip mall. So I'm like, all right, I need something else. Like, this scissors, these are some big scissors, but they're not gonna cut it. Like, literally, like, I need something else. So we go into this other store. I see them like sweeping, and I'm like, can I use your broom? Can I use your broom? Please, like, we getting robbed. Like, let me just take the broomstick. I'll bring it back. So like, I unscrewed the broomstick from like the broom, whatever the lady was using. So I had the broomstick, and she's like, what? Take it. Like, what are y'all talking about? So I take the broomstick. I have my big behind scissors, and now we running back to our store. And as we're running back to the store, like, a police car pulls up and then like zooms away. Like, and I'm like, Where y'all going? It's right here. Where y'all going? But then I realized, like, I understood, like, maybe he saw somebody running in the distance or a car pulling off or something. Like, that's what he was going to do. And then as we're running, still running back to the store, a lady cop is walking, leisurely walking up to the store. And I'm like we running, we out of breath. Like, I'm over here with my big behind scissors and my broomstick, and she's just meandering her way to the store. We both get to the door like the same time. She's like, are y'all really getting robbed? And I'm like, yes, we're getting robbed. Like, and I need to go back inside to get my stuff. Like, she's like, did they have a gun? Which is an understandable question. We saw him doing this with like his hand or a bag, but like we didn't actually see a gun. And this boy did not look like he was about that. So I was like, I didn't really see one. I don't think so. And she's like, so is he still in there? And I'm like, sis, I just ran back here. I don't know. I'm about to go inside and find out, I guess. And she's like, you're going inside? And I'm like, yes, I'm going inside. Like, first of all, I need to get my stuff. Like, last thing I need is my wallet and my phone stolen. Like, that's annoying. And third, if he's still in there, I'm about to beat him with this broomstick. Like, she's like, oh, okay. So I open the door, and I'm like walking in. I'm like creeping, you know, tiptoeing into the store. And I like hop up onto the counter. I'm standing on the counter with my broomstick and my big behind garden scissors, and I'm like walking, and I look back thinking the police lady was behind me. Sis is outside watching from the window. I thought the cop would at least be, you know, my backup or something. Like, she just outside, like, she talking, she like peeking in the window from outside. Like, sis, I thought you was at least in the building. Like I really thought sis was behind me. Like, I thought this cop was right behind me. She was not. She was outside, did not step foot in the building. I'm like, whatever, this lady is useless, but I still need to get my stuff. Like, so I'm walking on the counter. I'm like creeping back with my ish ready. Like, I'm ready to tear some booty up, okay? I'm like walking behind this wall, and I like peer around the wall. I'm looking and I'm looking. There's nobody back there. I like yelled something. I'm like, somebody back, like, you back here? Like, where you at? Like, nobody's answering. I'm not hearing nothing. Nothing looks moved or touched. Nothing looks out of ordinary. Like, my purse is still there, or junk was still back there. So I hopped down from the counter. I like wave my hands like there's nobody here. That's when the police lady opens the door, and she's like, there's nobody there? And I'm like, no, there's nobody here. Like, he's going. So then she comes in and she's like talking. She's just, I don't know what she was doing. Another police officer pulled up, and he comes like busting in the door, and he's like, is everybody okay? Is the man still here? Where is he at? Like, so she's like, yeah, we checked the surroundings. He's no longer on the premises. Da 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 da. And I'm just looking at this lady like, why don't you real assertive right now? Like, you was really doing something. I'm like, sis, we checked. Oh, no, baby, that was me. That was me. You messing up a consonant, but that's okay. And the man is like, all right, good. All right, I'm still gonna go look. So like he does like a full check of everything. Like, this man is in the freezer, he's in the shelving, like somebody gonna hide in the shelf or something. He's in everything. Like, he looks, he's like, we're good, there's nobody here. So now the guy is asking us like, are y'all okay? Like, did anybody get hurt? Like, did they take anything? So we find like the register was just shooking around, but like the register is heavy and it's locked. Like, you're not stealing the register. So the register was still sitting there on the counter. It was just like moved around a little bit. He did steal our tip. It was only like $20, but still, that meant 20 people put a dollar bill in there for us while we was working. Oh, thank you for shopping, Ashley. Thank you for shopping so much. You guys can go ahead and check out 11thkarma.com. That's where this shirt is from, and these pants. So you guys know how to check that out. It will be in the description for y'all to see. Anyways, so I need a drink. I need a sip. And then district manager comes in because it was just us working, so there was no like manager there to like speak to the police. And I get a phone call and I pick up the phone and it's my friend. She's like, oh my god, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you like, did you get shot? I heard y'all got robbed, like, are you okay? I'm like, sis, we still getting robbed, like we still in the process. Like, how did you know we was getting robbed? Did we get set up? Like, and she's like, no, like my boyfriend told me that y'all got robbed, da 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 da. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, hold on sis, the cops is trying to interview us right now, so I'm gonna call you back later. And the police lady is like, excuse me? And I'm like looking at her like what? She's like, cops? And I'm like, what? She's like, try officer. And I'm like, lady, I don't know what your deal is today, but you didn't come in here and do nothing. You didn't do jack squats. And now you over here upset because I called you a cop instead of an officer. You lucky I didn't call you 5-0 or the pigs or the feds or something. Like, you mad because I called you a cop instead of an officer? Like, what? And the other man is like completely unbothered. Like, she's over here, cop, try officer. Like, I'm like, girl. And like, don't get me wrong, like, I don't have like a specific issue with officers, I'm about to say cops, officers in general. I take each officer for who they are because I have come across a wide spectrum of officers in my life, and we could probably get into some of them in these stories. I'm never one to be like the police, because at the end of the day, when shit goes down, who you gonna call? You gonna call the police to help you out your situation. And then it's crazy because like where I live now, like the police are so nice, they're respectful. They will hit you with a whole bunch of tickets, but they are respectful when they do it. But like previous places I've lived, the cops are not disrespectful. Like, they'll call you a bitch, they'll call you out your name, they'll spit at you, but then they won't even write you a ticket. So it's just like, I don't know, like I just take cops for how they are, how they treat you, how they behave themselves. I always err on the side of caution, but like I take each one for who they are. And the man starts asking, he pulls out like his notepad and he's like asking questions. And our district manager is like, stop. You need to call your parents. You need to call your parents right now. And we're like, do we really need to call our parents right now? And she's like, no. You need to call your parents right now. Tell them that you're okay. And we're like, they don't even know that we got robbed. Like, so me and Linda, we get our phones, call our parents. At this point, my phone is blowing up. Like, I can't even try to get a call through. I finally call my mom. Y'all, when I call my mom, this how our conversation went. Hey, mom. She's like, hey, where you at? I'm at work. Oh, okay. I'm like, so we got robbed, but we're okay. Who got robbed? I'm like, we're at work, but we're okay. And she's like, what, you and... And I'm like, yeah, it's me and my, but like we're good. Like, no, they didn't steal nothing. Like, they didn't hurt us. We're okay. She's like, oh, okay. And she's like, guess what? And I'm like, what? And she's like, guess what I'm eating? And I'm like, what are you eating? I don't remember what she was eating. Let's say she was eating chicken, because I really don't remember what she was eating. She was like, I'm eating this delicious chicken. Are you coming home now? I was like, I don't know. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave this chicken out. It's so good. I'm gonna leave some for you because it's delicious. Like, I'm eating it right now. Oh, you need to try this. Well, I'm gonna talk to you when you get home, okay? And I'm like, all right. Mind you, my mom used to live like in a city, and she done got robbed, like where she was drugged around her own house by her hair, like slamming to the walls and stuff. So she wasn't worried about this type of robbery. Like, she was like, y'all didn't even get robbed, for real. So anyway, so I hang up the phone and my manager is looking at me like, call your mother. And I'm like, I did. Like, I just got off the phone with her. She's like, you called her already that fast? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, oh, okay. So now Linda's still on the phone with her mother. And then she gets off the phone and we proceed again with this interview. Excuse me. So they're asking us questions. And so she's asking us all these dumb questions. And even like the other officer, when she'll ask a question, he's looking at her like she'd be like, what color was his hoodie? And we're like, green. And he's like, they just said he had on a green hoodie. Like, she was just, I don't know what she was doing. Like, she kept asking us like, so what did his face look like? And we're like, we didn't see his face. His face was covered. Like, you could only see his eyes. And she's like, did he have a mustache? Did he got a beard? Did he have earrings? And I'm like, sis, didn't we just say his face is covered like multiple times? I'm pretty sure we covered that. Like, his face was covered. He had on a hoodie and a mask that covered everything except for his eyeballs. Like, why are you asking me if he had a beard? Finally, the interview was over. They're like, y'all can't touch anything. It's like, pack up our stuff. They sent us home. They wanted to like examine the scene or whatever, and they was trying to get cameras, which my district manager, she was like, oh yeah, we're gonna get you the cameras, the tapes. But like, we had cameras in the store, but them things was never on. And like, they would tell us it was on to like scare us, but like they was not on. They was never on. There was no way they was gonna get no footage of nobody, because them things did not be on. But she was trying to be like, oh yes, they're on. Yes, I'm gonna pull up the cameras, pull up the tapes for you. They kept calling us like to ask us questions like the next couple weeks. I'm surprised that we didn't know him, because I'm like, if somebody was gonna get robbed, like, we would probably know who the robber, like who the thief was. Like, we probably be friends with the thief, to be honest. And they was like our age. Like, we'd be around, like, and we did not know that person. They never, I don't think they ever found him. Like, there wasn't really anything to find him from, because you would have to like, there was no pictures, there was none of that. So that's how that ended. I went home, my mom like forgot that we even got robbed. Like, she's over here still talking about her chicken. Like, if this were to happen again, I feel like we probably would have just took all our knives and started because we had so many knives. Like, I'm like, why don't we just grab knives or like start beating his, like, but instead we called the police. And I mean, I think that's what you should do. And when it comes to the police, I just be respectful, and I take each one for who they are, who they present themselves as, because you can't just assume a whole group of people is all the same. You have to really take them for each one, because the male officer was very helpful, very respectful, very understanding, and that female officer was just overall useless. Like, she was useless. Like, I don't know what, she did nothing, and then had the nerve to get an attitude with me. Like, and that's not the first time a lady cop has got an attitude with me. I'll tell you another story where like this lady cop really tried to turn my mom against me, and even my mom was looking at her like, what is wrong with you? Like, but that's a whole other story. If you getting robbed, I really don't know what to tell you. Keep a little joint on you or something, because I don't know what else. I don't really know what else we could have did in that situation other than start flinging knives at him. So I hope y'all enjoyed this little story today. Stay safe, okay? Keep your asthma inhalers on you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so we can keep getting to these little cray story times. First, I'm drinking chocolate milk. That's how I get all my melanin. I'm nervous. I didn't even think of what, I have a whole bunch of stories I could tell you, but I didn't even think of what story I wanted to tell y'all today. Since where we was